Catherine, the Princess of Wales, appeared to send more than one secret message about her return to public life and how she's getting on during her much-anticipated Trooping the Colour appearance in London for the King's birthday parade. Catherine was stepping out for a big event for the first time since breaking the news of her cancer diagnosis, wearing a white outfit and white shoes, and one of her most obvious subliminal messages came indeed from the colour of her clothing, an elegant white Jenny Packham ensemble with black accents. White represents, of course, the likes of hope, honesty and purity, and after a difficult few months Catherine has endured, it made the perfect shade for her big step back into public life to tell the world how she was feeling. The dress also had this sort of nautical theme, and not dissimilar from what Princess Charlotte was wearing, with Charlotte instead wearing a navy dress with a white bow and Catherine wearing this black and white bow. They tied together their outfits and stood together on the balcony and represented a united family, and indeed the whole Wales family stood up on the balcony next to the King and Queen, looked amazing and could tell that they are really there for each other and they really support each other. And you can really tell, especially with the looks that Prince William and Catherine give each other, they're the exact same looks they gave each other at their wedding and ever since, and you can really tell that Prince William is doing his utmost to support Catherine and the kids through this difficult time and portraying themselves on the balcony as a united family. White has also been a favourite of other royals at past Trooping the Colour parades because of its appearance on the Union Jack flag. Sophie, of course, the Duchess of Edinburgh, wore white in 2023, for example. And at the time, Susie Nelson, who is the founder of Modes and More, told The Express that white is one of the three patriotic colours, the others being red and blue, and would therefore be a suitable choice for a working royal at this event. And not only this, of course, but white is also a very striking colour and really stands out for the cameras and indeed for the people watching the event. Kate was also likely showing her continued dedication to the British public by choosing the colour this year after not being seen for a while. Another way Catherine might have been sending a hidden message to her fans via her Trooping the Colour outfit is by wearing pieces we've seen her in before. Indeed, we know Catherine is very eco-conscious, just like the Queen, just like Princess Anne, and indeed Queen Camilla actually, and Catherine's look harked back to the days before she made her cancer treatment public, as she previously wore the dress, or at least a very similar one, also by Jenny Packham, for a Buckingham Palace event in 2023, just without the large bow across her collar. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was a repurposed dress for the Trooping the Colour event. As I said before, we know Kate is a pro at re-wearing royal looks, but her decision to wear something she's already owned, and especially knowing how much she'd be photographed and how much she'd stand out to the crowds, is likely a nod to the past, and of course the fact that she's still eco-conscious, just like we know and love her to be, and she isn't planning on breaking that tradition anytime soon. By giving the public something familiar, Kate was also likely looking to give the world, and maybe even herself, a little bit of comfort too, and a bit of that familiarity. However, it wasn't just her dress we've seen before though. She also re-wore these pearl earrings she sported multiple times before, first wearing them all the way back in 2018 during the christening of Prince Louis. And indeed, on the topic of her children, we know that they will have been her strength and stay throughout this whole process, and she kept them so close during the Trooping the Colour ceremony. She rode in the same carriage as them. There were some amazing pictures coming out of Catherine and her children. There's one I particularly love of her looking out the window with Prince Louis. He was just fantastic, and his usual quirky self as well up on the balcony, and she was just showing it to be so sentimental with them. It was lovely to see. Another accessory she wore alongside those pearl earrings though was also one that has a sentimental message as well, and this was her Irish Guards regimental brooch, and this is something that is very close to Catherine. Of course, she is now the Colonel of the Irish Guards as well. So we've seen Catherine jump enthusiastically into her role as Colonel. It's an honorary role given to her that was previously held by Prince William, and she was most likely wearing this brooch to, show her respect for the regiment and show how honoured she is to be in this role. Of course, she was actually devastated to not be able to make it to the Trooping the Colour rehearsals event, which is known as Colonel's Review, where the Irish Guards, practice for the real event. It was them who undertook Trooping the Colour colour this year for the King's Birthday Parade, and so instead the Colonel's Review was undertaken by Lieutenant General James Bucknell in Catherine's place, where she would normally, stand in front of the regiment and take the salute as they march past for the rehearsals. So a great shame she wasn't able to make it to that, but she did send a personal handwritten letter to the regiment that they read out in a lovely video to show her respect for the regiment and saying their motto at the end and everything like that. So that was really nice to see, and also of course amazing that she could make it to the actual Trooping the Colour event the week later. However, of course, her appearance at Trooping the Colour doesn't mean a signalling that she is resuming public duties just yet. Indeed, she said in the statement that she released alongside the new photo, just as it was announced that she was attending Trooping the Colour, that she was looking forward to attending the King's Birthday Parade at the weekend with her family and hoping to join a few public engagements over the summer, but equally knowing I am not out of the woods yet. She was learning how to be patient, especially with uncertainty, taking each day as it comes, listening to her body and allowing herself to take this much needed time to heal. So as she says here, she is attending the King's Birthday Parade with her family as she is in one of these good days, as she describes it, instead of one of the bad days where she's feeling weak, tired, and you have to give in to your body resting. This was one of the good days, and she was able to make it to Trooping the Colour and possibly a few public engagements over the summer, just a couple, but she is not out of the woods yet and will not resume full public duties for a while as she continues undergoing her chemotherapy and the other cancer treatments that she might be undergoing. Of course, it's very private. Behind the scenes, People magazine is reporting that the Princess of Wales will start to work from home and hold meetings with her teams in Windsor, where she resides with Prince William and their children, when she feels able. She says, on the days that I feel well enough, it is a joy to engage with school life, spend personal time on the things that give me energy and positivity, as well as starting to do a little work from home. So it's nice to see that she's kind of easing into working from home and possibly easing into some events over the summer, but we will have to see. Of course, it was in May it emerged that she was briefed on the report from the Royal Foundation Business Task Force for Early Childhood, keeping up with the team that she established last year to elevate her campaign around the importance of early years, which is one of her great interests, and she's really passionate about helping young children to get a good start in life. In the letter she released just before Trooping the Colour, she also said that she was blown away by the well wishes she received after sharing the news about her health in March and voiced her thanks for the support. She said, "Thank you so much for your continued understanding and to all of you who have so bravely shared your stories with me." So it seems that she's actually been reading all of these stories that people have been sending her about their own personal cancer struggles. And indeed, after the King revealed he had cancer and Catherine revealed that she had cancer, the search engines for Macmillan and other cancer websites skyrocketed, so it was really helped public health knowledge about cancer as well, and it was really impressive and brave that they were both so open about it. But anyway, that's some of the hidden messages behind Catherine, the Princess of Wales's outfit at Trooping the Colour, and a little bit more about her personal recovery as we go forward. So let me know your thoughts on this on the comments down below, and make sure to follow along for more royal news and stories like this one.